Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to be showing you how to train mental commands. If you want to use a brain-computer interface to control lights in your room or maybe music on your phone using only your brain, more videos on how to do those things in detail in future videos, but what you're going to need is a mental command. These are the brain signals and brain patterns that the algorithm learns to recognize, which then you can use to control all sorts of different things. To do that, you're going to go to EmotivBCI and create a training profile. I'm going to go create training profile, make a new one right now. My headset is on and connected. The first thing we're going to do is train a neutral command. For this, I think about just being calm and still, actually like I'm in the clouds and everything is quiet around me. Before we click train, this is your EEG quality, and you want that to be as high as possible. Right now I'm talking and moving around, so it's pretty bad, but I'm going to sit still for a second, let that improve, and then train the neutral command. Click accept. Now we're going to add a second command. We can do the push command. You can think about pushing a box. I try to make it as detailed as possible. I think about a large black box in a dark navy room and just using all of my might, all the force I have in me to push it all the way across the room for the whole time. Now, that's a mental command that I think about, but really you can think about whatever you'd like. Maybe you can do a sensation like feeling really cold in the Arctic or something like that. As long as you remember what it is, it's as detailed as possible. So I recommend actually, I write down exactly what the mental command is I'm thinking of so that maybe a week later I remember exactly what it is. So once again, I'll sit still for a second and then we'll train the push command. Click accept. Now you see this blue dot popped up. These are our neutral and push commands, and the further those dots are away from each other, the more distinct each of those two different commands are, which is exactly what you want. So I recommend training the neutral and push command at least 10 times each. In this case, we'll just train each of them one more time and try to get those dots further apart, but typically when I train profiles, I try to get the dots at least on the second or third ring, or, further apart on the second or third ring. And now train the push command one more time. Accept. So ideally you do that a couple more times and try to get this dot to continue moving further away, and it really does take a bit of practice sometimes. The more times you train, the more reliably you can get those different commands. And if you keep training a command a certain amount of times and it's just not really moving further away, just try another command. Maybe you can think of one that's even more distinct from your neutral command. Hope this helps. Here is an example of a profile where I was able to really focus and get those two dots as far apart from each other and make them very distinct. So you can see that something like this, you'd have a very good chance of really making sure you knew when you're having a neutral command and when you're having a push command.